Sheldon's full lecture. It's warm summer evening in ancient Greece. Okay, sige. I love how at the end Sheldon only taught Penny to criticize Leonard's work without her even knowing it. That's even... Yun. Yung mga tao sa comments na gets yung ginagawa niya. Well said. Yun nga eh. Yun nga, kinikritik pa rin niya yung work ni Leonard. Sige. Naku, maano ba ako dito? Anyways. Modern analysis. Are we Fluxions, mga Fluxions. Fluxions is yung pangalan na binigay ni Newton sa dinedevelop niyang concept known as calculus. Pero I think yung name mismo ng calculus nanggaling kay Leibniz. Something gano'n. Medyo confused pa ako which kanino yung mga parts ng modern calculus na kanino ba nang galing? Iba't ibang parts. Speaking of which, si Leibniz. Yeah. Kay Leibniz nang galing yung integral eh. Ayun, ito, alam ko kay Newton ang galing to, yung intervals. Ay, nako. Anyways, baka humaba pa tayo ng rabbit holes dito. Wait. Nandito pa ba yan? Ay, sige. Ito po tayo na. Ayun, naboto may Kaisen kay Riemann, the Riemann hypothesis. Tignan lang natin to and then we can go back dun sa other anime.
Riemann faced the Dirichlet function. As the king of calculus, Riemann faced the Dirichlet function. Riemann asked the function, "Are you Riemann integrable because you are continuous? Or are you continuous because you are Riemann integrable?" Riemann began to open his domain, Malevolent Shrine, and cleave the area under the curve into slices approaching infinity. However, the Dirichlet function is continuous nowhere, and by contradiction the function simply stated, "Stand proud, you are strong, but nah, I'd win." Bernhard Riemann's domain crumbled. In his dying moments, Riemann uttered the phrase, "With this treasure I summon." Because on sets of measure 0, always bet on Lebesgue. The proof was trivially concluded, and those who pioneered the techniques of calculus, the one who formalized the integral, they would all bear witness to the bare flesh of the one who is free, to the one who left it all behind, and his overwhelming integrability.
Okay, tama na yun. Diyos ko, pati ako sumasabog na utak ko eh. The way slashes make sense with Riemann sounds. It's horrible and I love it. So boring. Same motherfucker 6 years after graduating. The strongest sense of this need to be this good. Yeah, I love this meme. Astrological numerology. Okay.
というか、それを知らないでこんな緻密な記録を取ってたのか。
Yeah.
一体何のために。
わかりません。
もういい。 そんな得体の知れないものに時間は割けない。帰ってくれ。
はい。
何かと思えばまったく。なんで私はこんなところに。
バデーニ君、覚えているか？この修道院に入る条件を。
3校以上の上級大学から推薦されているもののみです。
そうだ。我々は神に仕える仕事をする選ばれし集団だ。その前提で言うぞ。君は圧倒的だ。
Inuwork niya? My man. Ipasa mo yung puto ay ng 10,000 page books manuscript mo, man. Holy shit. Nakaka-excite makakita ng... Na-excite ako pag nakikita ko yung manuscripts, written manuscripts nung character is physically represented on screen. Parang, woo! Tinitigasan ako pag ganun. Na-excite ako. It's like, yeah, boy! Yeah! It reminds me of this clip. See, they have to forgive me for this. Yun, sa Andrew Wiles. Putang ina.
The first night I went back.
Ito, wait lang. Beauty is suffering. Yun, this one. I loved every minute of it.
Daming trabaho.
Dami kong alam, putek. Sana nagamit ko to sa school.
The first 7 years I'd worked on this problem, I loved every minute of it. However hard it had been, there'd been setbacks often, there'd been things that had seemed insurmountable, but it was a kind of private and very personal battle I was engaged in. In September, I decided to go back and look one more time at the original structure of Flack and Kolyvagin to try and pinpoint exactly why it wasn't working, try and formulate it precisely. One can never really do that in mathematics, but I just wanted to set my mind at rest that it really couldn't be made to work. At the beginning of September, I was...
Look at that. This is my ideal... Ito yung ideal romanticized image ko of work. Pero yung mga papel na to, it has my discoveries, my theories, my novels, wala, no. Para sa akin lang. You know, ito yung fantasy ko na, ideal work. I'm not gonna be surrounded by, yung art, panghabi ko lang siya. Pero ito talaga, ito yung nagbibigay sa akin ng saya. Yung art, it gives me joy, but it does not give me peace. So, dalawa yun joy and peace. Art does not give me peace. Writing gives me peace, but not joy. Kasi at least nalalabas ko siya. Pero, napaka-rude naman nun sa writing side ko, no? Pero yung ganito, yung the scientist, mathematician na deeply engrossed sa work niya, and, he publishes a lot of papers, and it's like, hi, that's my romantic life. It gives me great pleasure, it gives me great joy to witness it, to do it, and it gives me peace na parang, alam mo yun, peace na sa akin lang talaga. Sa akin lang. That's why yung biggest challenge ko personally is kailangan gets ko yung math. I have to understand it. I wanna understand it. Ayokong maiwan sa lack of knowledge ko.
Sitting here at this desk, when suddenly, totally unexpectedly, I had this incredible revelation. It was the most important moment of my working life. It was so indescribably beautiful. It was so simple and so elegant. And I just stared in disbelief for 20 minutes. Then during the day I walked around the department. I'd keep coming back to my desk and looking to see it was still there. It was still there. Almost what seemed to be stopping the method of Flack and Kolyvagin was exactly what would make horizontally Usawa theory, my original approach to the problem from 3 years before, would make exactly that work. So out of the ashes seemed to rise the true answer to the problem. So the first night I went back and stepped on it. I checked through it again the next morning, and about 11 o'clock I satisfied, and I went down, told my wife, I've got it, I think I've got it, found it. And it was so unexpected. I think she thought I was talking about a children's toy or something. I said, got what? And I said, I fixed my proof, I've got it. There's no other problem that will mean the same to me. I had this very rare privilege of being able to pursue in my adult life what had been my childhood dream. I know it's a rare privilege, but if one can do this, it's more rewarding than anything I can imagine.